Your lack of personal style is why you hate all your outfits.
Test. So I had to find my most responsible looking ensemble.
I used to be stuck in an endless loop, constantly buying new clothes and never truly liking any of my outfits. Pinning things on Pinterest and going out to buy the exact same clothing items and coming back and realizing none of these feel authentically like me. Because of social media and how fast the trend cycle is, specifically on platforms like TikTok, it's easy to fall into the loop of constantly wanting to buy new clothes to keep up with these trends. Back in 2020, when things like Shein were more popular and people were doing large Shein hauls, it felt like these trend cycles would literally last only a couple of days. It almost feels like individual style is a thing of the past when more and more people want to dress trendy and fit in with the aesthetics that we have going on these days. Specifically in 2020, I remember there were so many different micro trends on TikTok. I was constantly seeing people trying out zebra print or different animal prints like cow print. There was the tie-dye trend that literally lasted like a year. Brands like House of Sunny were on the rise when Kendall Jenner wore that green House of Sunny dress that everyone was obsessed with, and then Shein came out with like an exact dupe where people could buy for less and not actually buy the actual House of Sunny piece. Everyone was doing these large Shein hauls. I also was a victim of this, okay? Now with the rise of minimalism, we're seeing more and more people talk about capsule wardrobes and how important it is to have staple pieces that you can wear on rotation instead of overbuying and over consuming clothing. But a lot of things that I've noticed about these capsule wardrobe videos is that we're just talking about neutral pieces and how everyone needs to have certain neutral pieces in their wardrobes. And while I'm not saying those can't be considered staples, not everyone's style has to do with plain colors like black, white, and beige. I think it's so important to make a capsule wardrobe that feels authentic to you and authentic to your everyday life and what is purposeful in your everyday wardrobe. If you're not someone who wears basic pieces like blacks, whites, or beiges on a daily basis, then don't feel pressurized to have those kind of pieces in your wardrobe. All of these Zara hauls and Shein hauls, it's really important to remember that quality does matter. You can buy a $10 shirt off of Shein and wear it once and then never wear it again because it will literally disintegrate in the laundry, whereas you can spend like maybe $100 on a shirt that you really love and you can see yourself wearing long term, and you can wash it multiple times and it'll still be as good as new.
I spent $80 on a simple white tank 3 years ago. I've worn it almost every day since, and it's still in perfect condition.
Sometimes it's just worth it to invest in a quality item rather than spending like a couple of bucks on an item that you'll only wear once or twice. If you find yourself purchasing new clothing items, you might just like consumerism rather than like fashion or have any style, because I used to be a victim of this. And I remember one of my friends was like, do you actually really like fashion or do you just like buying things? And I was like, oh, I think I really just like buying things. Having style doesn't necessarily mean you have to go out and buy a whole new outfit every time you have an occasion. I think there are a lot of different ways to have a capsule wardrobe that still feels like it serves a purpose in your daily life rather than just collecting basic staples and then going into your closet and realizing that you actually hate everything in there. It's also important to note that you can like something without feeling pressurized to participate in the trend. It's okay to participate in trends if you can see it being a long-term staple in your closet. Like I know for me, the Chloe Paddington bag is something that I personally have my eye on because I can see myself wearing it for years and years to come. If there's a trend that you don't like, don't feel pressurized to wear every single trend and become micro trend final boss because you think it'll make you more stylish or fashionable. Don't be afraid to wear things that aren't trendy. Like for example, in 2021, I was looking at the Solomons, the shoes that everyone's wearing now, and I was like, oh my god, these are kind of ugly, but they're also kind of cute. Like I want a pair. They just weren't trendy back then, and I just didn't get a pair, and now it's trendy, and now I regret not buying a pair. It's like you never know what is going to be in style or trendy, and just wear what you like. I feel like thrifting really challenges you to be creative and to think outside of the box so you can put together outfits that are cute. Oftentimes when people go thrifting and you look at an item, you're like, this is so ugly, like how am I gonna wear this? You can see people who have that style and have that vision. They're able to alter the item and to make it fit how they want to fit. I also think not confining yourself just to one aesthetic. Like, for example, you see the clean girl aesthetic. Everyone just decides that they're one aesthetic and then they buy all of their outfits based off that one aesthetic. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to have different aesthetics, being able to buy different outfits. It's also really important to remember that everyone can style one specific piece differently than you do. You can walk into like a store and pick up one piece and you and your friend can have different opinions on how you're going to style it. I think to truly find your style, you have to live, you have to have hobbies, you have to go out into the world and experience new things. I think that is the most authentic way to find your personal style. It's what you feel confident in on a day-to-day basis and what feels functional to you every day. I think inspiration can be found in museums and art shows, just going out every single day, seeing the world. Like, inspiration is everywhere. You might be walking on the street one day and see a piece of art and you might really like how the colors go well together, and then that's your inspiration. Like, that could be the colors that you want to match together for your next outfit. Just things like that. Going out into the world is how true style is formed, in my opinion. I also think accessorizing is really important. I feel like oftentimes, at least I used to really overlook this. I think it's so fun to have different bags, to have different belts, to have jewelry that all feel authentic to you. It doesn't even have to be stuff like jewelry that you can use as accessories. For example, the Apple AirPod headphones that people were using as a fashion statement, and it gave off that chic girl next door vibe, like stuff like that too. Or recently I've seen people just use wired headphones, and that also accessorizes an outfit, in my opinion. Things like that, stuff that's functional that you can turn into an accessory. And lastly, I think using Pinterest for inspo rather than just straight up copying the outfit is key. Super important to building personal style. You can't go on Pinterest and copy the exact same outfit that you see on someone else and then expect it to, one, look the same on you, and two, for you to like it, because I've come to realize that some of the outfits on Pinterest are just not functional for everyday life, especially in a place where I live. Like, not everyone here is a fashion icon. Like, people just dress for functionality, and if that's somewhere where you live as well, a lot of the Pinterest outfits can have you looking a little crazy. Now, I'm not saying don't wear them. If that's truly your style, then go for it. I know, like, sometimes I look like I walk straight out of Pinterest and it looks insane in real life, and that's okay, because that's authentically my style. You want to take a look at pieces you gravitate towards on an everyday basis. Like, I know for me, I gravitate towards jeans and a t-shirt the most on an everyday basis because it's practical, because it's easy and functional. Get dressed more. Like, I know sometimes we can find ourselves in a style rut if we're not getting dressed. I think a closet well loved and well known is what makes you more stylish, truly. I think it's really great if you can just get dressed every day, even if you're not going outside. Like, working from home, you're just not leaving the house too often. I think that it's super important to get dressed because it is a muscle that you kind of have to practice every single day. You know, for me, when I worked from home and I didn't leave the house often, it was really, really difficult to get dressed and feel cute because I felt like I not know what I like anymore. I think it's super, super important to get dressed and to really know your closet and to have each piece be functional and practical. Those are just a few of my tips for getting to know your personal style for today's video, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.